So in this video, I wanted to actually show you how you can create your own custom AI agents for Rovo. Because Rovo is the newest thing, and you might actually want to create a custom agent for yourself. So first of all, you need to have a Rovo installed. That's a prerequisite. Then, so you're gonna be needing this page right here, where it's defining, and first you should read this of using the Rovo APIs to and to which views policy you need to comply. You can read about the data access as well, but this is something that you're going to be interested in. But and first of all, in order to actually to do this, well, you need to create an agent here. So I'm going to call it demo agent. And now it's asking you to select a category. When you're actually selecting a category, you have two things. So you have either an action or you have a Rovo agent. So I want to have a Rovo agent installed in here. The question now is, what is an action? So you have two modules in here. So first of all, you have the module of the Rovo agent. It says it defines an agent that are and saying that they're configurable AI teammates that integrate into Jira and Confluence workflows. You can define an agent's behavior using a prompt and an action, so the agent can fetch data and perform the operations. So it's already been done. It's already been installed, so it didn't actually take too much. And when we open the folder for our demo agent, you're going to see that a lot of things are actually going to happen, but they're happening within the manifest.yaml file. And the first thing that you actually see is the declaration of Rovo agent. The first thing that it has in here is the key itself. It has its name. It has the description. So what kind of an agent this actually is going to be. And you're giving a prompt. So like it's saying in our documentation in here, you can define an agent's behavior by using a prompt and an action. So there is a prompt and there's an action. So the agent can fetch the data. So it looks something like this. Now, actions are not something that is required. This is something that is optional. So below that, we also have the conversation starters. So that is also an option in here. And if we go, the conversation starters array and actions are array represented with generic entries and action respectively. So it includes, so these are the properties: key, name, description, icon, prompt, conversation status, actions, and follow-up prompt. All right, so you have the conversation starters that will be suggested for the user when they engage with your agent. So I'm going to show you how this actually looks like. All right, so another file that you get generated is going to be this function right here by default, which is the JavaScript function, and it's basically logging out the message in the console. So what actually this is and how this is being called is within the action itself. So action is another module in here. So first of all, we have this module of Rovo agent, and then I have a module of action. And within the module of action, you also have this property that is now being called function. Within that function, it's calling the actual JavaScript function, which is the message logger. what it's using is action verb, which in this case is the get method. And it's saying when a user asks to log a message, this action logs the message to the forge logs. And then you have inputs, message, title, type of a string. It's actually required. And then is defining the function, and everything else is, well, basically the same like you're having the standard Jira Forge app. Okay, so let us do now. Let us install. So first we need to go to our folder, and then we can say, so first you're going to deploy your app. That's the very first thing that you're doing. So you cannot install it straight away. First, it needs to be deployed to the development environment. When it gets developed to the deployed to development environment, what actually is happening is that there are three environments that are being created for you. One of those are like development. You also have like the production, and there should be like staging, I believe. I don't know, like from just like that. Okay, so it's in the development environment. That's good. Next thing that we're going to need is going to be a Forge install. It's gonna ask us where. We're gonna say we need this for the Jira, and it's asking us what is the site URL here. So I'm gonna go within the site where I'm actually having my Jira installed, which is going to be this one. So I'm gonna copy and paste that because this one has the Rovo. All right, it's gonna say it's gonna install it, and it's saying that installing the app in our Jira to the development. So it's actually doing it, and there we go. It's done. So now the question is, how do we find this? Let me refresh this real quick so I can actually show you where our agent actually is. So this is not the one. This was a test one that I actually created. So it's called the demo agent. So we're gonna go look for it, and there we go. It's right here. Now, so it's called the demo agent, and it's saying an agent for testing Forge agent functionality. So what that actually is, that is the description. So if I change this, I'm going to say change description, for example. So for every change that you're actually making, I will do the Forge deploy, but the recommended one is to use the forged tunnel. So you should be using the forged tunnel instead, because forged tunnel saves you the time where you don't have to type in forge deploy and deploy your app each time. When you're actually saving your code, it's gonna automatically deploy it to your environment. All right, so it's doing the change. So as you saw, the change is not taking that long. All right, so no, it's not this one. All right, let me go demo agent. As you can see, it's saying here, change the description. And the first thing that it gives us is a log message to forge logs. So where this information is being, so this is it. So it says conversation starters, and it's having a log a message to forge logs, which is one of the things. All right, let me try first to tunnel this, because I had some trouble before with tunneling. So yeah, all right. So there should be created. Okay, there is a listing for requests. Okay, so this is it. Log a message to forge logs. Those are the conversation starters, which are these things, right? Which is this right here. These two, these are like the systematical ones. So let's say, for example, I'm going to say something like print a message. Okay, you will need to deploy. All right, so first I need to deploy it. Okay. So it's not letting me to make the changes just like that. So I would have to deploy each time. That's kind of annoying because you would, for each change you would have to do the deploy and stuff like that. So yeah, that is kind of interesting right there. But what it actually is going to do here, so I'm going to click log a message to forge logs. And so, and it's saying, please provide the message you would like to log to the forge logs. I'm going to say hello from, it's not even, I'm going to say hello from VS Code. All right. So it's invoking the action, which is called log a message. So that's the action itself that was being taken. All right. So now the question is, okay, where did it actually take it from? Well, it invoked the message from here, and it's saying a log a message, and there is a message logger, and basically logs the message, and now it's saying the message hello has been successfully logged. So it's actually this one right here, and as you can see, it indeed is going to input the message, but before that it is calling this function right here from our JavaScript. So that is how it actually works. So since I've made some of the changes in here, where I included another conversation starter. So, okay, let me go back at it again. All right. So it didn't actually add it. Okay, that's interesting. But in overall, this is how it actually works, and then you move it from there. Now, since it's saying that it logged to our forge logs, and that there was actually something that was supposed to be logged in our JavaScript console. Well, actually, it's not there, but it logged into our forge logs. So if I go now, I didn't want what? Okay, my bad. So it's forge logs. So we're looking for that one. And it's saying, there we go. This is what we got. And there it is. Hello from VS Code. And yeah, that is how you actually create your agent. And then you move on with action. So there is another module in here. Where for the action, this is what it is. So these properties right here, these are the mandatory ones. So the key is mandatory, name is mandatory, the function, which is actually being invoked from your JavaScript file, action verb, so what actually it's going to do. And as you saw, the action verb is actually get. There is the description, which is also mandatory, and the inputs are also mandatory as well. So all of these things are mandatory, and if you actually would try to delete one of them, it wouldn't work. And then required boolean, so, and this actually needs to be either true or false, but as you saw, it was true. So then you have the input name, then you have the type, and so on and so forth. Okay. And they're like for the inputs, title, type, required, description. and it's also mostly from the verb itself. It's saying get. All right. Yeah. The another thing is agents triggered by automation rules will not invoke actions with action verb, which is create, update, delete, and trigger. So that is something that you should know as well. But overall, that's it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye.